This show is sponsored in part by Flat Fee Tax Prep and Services, offering quality tax preparation, serving clients nationwide. For more information, visit www.flatfeecreditandtax.com. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you. Welcome to the Golden Square Podcast with your hosts, Linda Scott and Sharilyn Fisher. Are you ready? Because we're starting right now, only on Stunner Radio, the heart and soul of the culture.
Hey, beautiful.
Hey, beautiful.
How are you today? So, okay, did we have a good day today?
I had a wonderful day today.
It was really busy for us today.
Busy.
Yeah, so we're getting prepared for a wonderful, a beautiful topic tonight. And our guest is, oh my God, what do you call her?
Amber Dawn Rice, my niece.
Oh, she is, today's topic or tonight's topic is on breast cancer. And we're here to give you as much advice that we can give you to let you know that breast cancer is not just in October.
No,
it's every single day.
And it is the major killer of Black women in the United States. Breast cancer ranks number 2 in the deaths of Black women in the United States.
Wow. So do we want to bring our guest on? Because I'm ready to go.
Well,
I'm ready to get
let
in.
us introduce you to Amber Dawn Rice, amazing wife, mother, breast cancer advocate, bodybuilder, all while she's surviving breast cancer. Please welcome Amber Dawn Rice.
Hey, Amber.
Hello. How are you guys doing tonight?
Great. How was your day?
It was pretty good, pretty busy.
All right.
You know, yeah.
So you know why we're here. We're ready to get right into what's going on. As we advised everybody earlier about breast cancer not being just in October, that is every day of our life, every minute,
Absolutely.
every second, someone is hearing that word.
Being diagnosed with breast cancer.
Yes. So in dealing with, but tell us a little bit about yourself. Before we go any further, you tell us about you.
Okay, well, as you guys know, I am a breast cancer survivor, been a survivor for a little over 5 years now. I am a Navy veteran. I served for the Navy for 6 years, and that's where I met my husband. We've been married for 13 years now, and we have 4 beautiful children. Okay. And so I found out I was diagnosed in early, like the end of December of 2016.
Wow.
And I had just finished breastfeeding my 3rd son at the time, my 3rd child. And he was a little over 1 year old. And I had felt a lump. And so initially I thought it was just like a clogged milk duct. And, but at the same time, I never felt a lump before. And so I immediately went straight to the doctor to get checked out. I didn't want to take any chances. And I was healthy, overall healthy. I wasn't I wasn't a drinker, don't smoke, I don't do any of those things. So that's why I found it kind of odd to even have a lump there. But I went and got checked out. And at the time, which is crazy, I'll get into it more later. But at the time I had Medicare which is like the government, California government insurance. And so I went to get checked, and they sent me straight to, getting a mammogram and getting an ultrasound done. And so I did that, but maybe 2 months had went by and I hadn't gotten any type of results for it.
Wow.
And so the lump grew.
Wow.
And that's when I thought it was, okay, this is a little more serious than what, I thought it was. And so I also have the VA, which is veterans insurance. So I went straight to the VA hospital, and they checked me out, and I got a mammogram and ultrasound through Stanford Hospital, which is one of the top cancer hospitals or organizations in California or in the country. And I got results back instantly. And from those results, I had to get a biopsy and an MRI and a CAT scan, and all of those came back with me having breast cancer.
Wow. Let me ask you about biopsy.
Yes.
Tell the listeners, what is that? What do they do?
What does that entail?
What is that about?
So the biopsy is where they stick needles in. For me, it was my breast. So my right breast is where they stuck the needles to numb the area. In my case, they wanted to get a sample tissue from different areas of my breast. And so they maybe stuck me 6-7 times in different areas. And all of those samples that they tested from the biopsy came back with DCIS, which is the type of breast cancer that I had.
Okay,
and
DCIS.
DCIS.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell us what that is, Amber.
That stands for, you ready?
Yeah.
It stands for ductal carcinoma in situ.
Okay.
That's what in situ.
Yes.
I got stuck on that. I heard it, I read it, and I was like, now what that means. Okay, so those I did do a little researching, and I'm to no one, I am no doctor. I'm definitely not medical inclined. However, I couldn't wait to ask you about the 4 types of breast cancer. And when you said that, they just said, okay, that's one of those.
That was the number one that we have.
Yes. So go ahead.
So the type of breast cancer that I had is actually stage 0, which is non-invasive, meaning it hasn't spread outside of the milk ducts of the breast. So once it starts to spread further out, then it turns into the various stages. And since I caught it so early, that was why it was still inside my breast ducts. It was still stage 0. So I don't know, had I waited longer or I can't even say, but I'm just glad that, I went and got checked out.
Okay, so it is very important once we feel something different
to go immediately
in our breast.
Absolutely.
Hey, thanks for joining us. So, can you hit on the 4 types of breast cancer for us?
So I am not medically inclined. Like I don't want to give the wrong information, but I do know for a fact that stage 4 is the metastatic breast cancer. And that is when it spreads to the bones, to your brain. It's non-curable. And so once you reach stage 4, it's pretty much, you'll always it'll keep coming back. You'll go in remission and it'll come back. It can come back months later, years later. But I tried to research and learn it, but I would have to read it just as much as as you looking it up and reading it yourself.
Okay, Amber, let me ask you this question. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You had the cancer and it was stage 0.
Yes.
Did it ever come back, or did it ever grow, or did it go any further to like stage 1 or stage 2?
No. So once I got the mastectomy, which was in February 2017, February 15th, they told me that at that time I can be considered cancer-free, but to be safer, I had to do radiation therapy to make it like, okay, it's non-existent. It shouldn't even come back. We're going to do 35 treatments of radiation therapy.
Wow.
So yeah, that was to me, I know it may sound a little crazy, but that was like the worst part of
radiation is
breast cancer for me.
So okay, you were stage 0.
Yes.
And then you did the radiation. Did you do chemotherapy also, or just the radiation?
I did not have to get chemotherapy because I was stage 0. I believe I've met a few other ladies who've had stage 0, and usually they either have to get a mastectomy or a lumpectomy, which is a piece of a partial removal of your breast. But I haven't met anyone with stage 0 that had to do chemo.
Okay.
Because it's still early.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, because it's still so early, that like the worst of it is probably taking hormone therapy medication or radiation therapy.
Okay, so my question is, if you were stage 0, you did 35 treatments of radiation, then what prompted the mastectomy?
So because, remember when I told you about the biopsy?
Right.
So because they found all the different parts of my breast was found to have the cancer.
Okay.
They wanted to remove the whole breast to prevent spreading.
Okay, great.
So like I said, it was acting as an aggressive type of DCIS, which is very rare. So they told me that my case was very unique, because usually it's just stationary. It's just in one portion of your breast. But for me, it was in the whole breast. So they just said, we need to take the whole thing to be safe.
So you only have one?
I just have one breast. Yes.
Okay. So go ahead.
Now, what was surprising, what was very, very surprising to me, and I love my little baby, my little beautiful baby, that you still breastfed her after the cancer.
Yes.
You still, so were you not afraid that your ducts would get stopped up again, or?
Oh, I was terrified. I was so anxious the whole pregnancy. Like that was the main thing that I thought about my entire pregnancy, besides being, of course, happy that, I'm able to still be able to reproduce and bring another life into the world. The main thing was, okay, am I going to be able to breastfeed her, or do I have to bottle feed or, formula feed? Which wouldn't have been a problem if I just had to formula feed. But I love breastfeeding, being able to, breastfeed.
Right.
So yes, I was very anxious. And I do believe that probably in the beginning, initially, when I first started breastfeeding, it was an issue. It was a real issue for me, because I was so stressed out, and barely any milk came out, and I thought she was just starving. I thought I was starving my baby. It was terrible. I had like an anxiety attack and everything. So,
I was looking at some different ways to prevent breast cancer, and breastfeeding was one of them. I said, "Oh, I'm not gonna."
So breastfeeding
is a part of that's one of the top activities that they give that
can create breast cancer.
No, not create breast cancer. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and when you said you breastfed, did you breastfeed the other kids?
I did breastfeed all of my children. The first one only a couple of months, because at the time I was in the military. And so I was so young and naive, and thought, when I went back to work, I didn't think I was going to be able to do it anymore. And so I stopped pumping and everything. I just let it dry up. But my next two, it was over a year that I was able to breastfeed them. And so with my current toddler, she's 2, and I'm still breastfeeding her. But it's not strict. I don't strictly breastfeed her. She's, of course, eating foods now. But before, I would give her formula and breastfeed and breast milk at the same time.
One of our listeners says, that's awesome. Glad you had the blessing of being a mommy and being able to breastfeed your babies. Thank you, Tam, for that comment.
Thank you.
Yes. So, okay, I told you I was trying to research and trying to find out ways how to prevent breast cancer. And then listening to you, that you are a very active young lady, and you breastfed. How do you think? I'm like, so why did you I don't know.
Listen, I'm laughing to keep from crying because I'm still, I don't know. I can't even, my oncologist, and I still see my oncologist. I just saw her a couple of weeks ago. I've had blood tests. I don't have any hormonal receptive genes. I don't have anything that's like positive in my gene system. So
do you drink? Are you a drinker?
No.
Are you a drinker?
It's like it's rare. It's not like every day I'm throwing it back. It's like special occasion type, have a good time, but it's not, I'm just emptying bottles. Like,
well, I think you really answered one of our listeners. I think you answered one of our listeners' question. Regina wanted to know, were you scared that you were going to get breast cancer in the other breast?
Oh, yes. Yes, I was. And right now I'm actually dealing with another lump. I haven't been vocal about it because I'm still trying to get it checked out. And I have an upcoming appointment for another mammogram and ultrasound for my other breast. But yes, that fear, it never leaves you thinking that it's going to happen again.
Right.
Once it's already happened. And on social media, I see, I have people that I follow that have been survivors 3 times over. Like, it comes back and they're not, stage 4 or anything. So yeah, it's always in the back of my head that.
Okay. So information about free or low cost mammograms are available through NCI Cancer Information Service, 1-800-422-6237. So if you have any concerns, other questions that we don't get to answer here, or other concerns, please call that number. It's 1-800-422-6237.
Okay, so Amber.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm still stuck on the ways to reduce the risk of breast cancer. You didn't drink. You are breastfeeding your babies, and you're very active.
Very physically active.
Yeah, very. So,
they say, and don't ask me who they are, they say that sometimes it just happens. They say that the major, most significant reason to get breast cancer is being a woman. And that's pretty much all we need to know. We can stay as healthy as we can, but at the end of the day, you still need to check your breast and check yourself and do it often. If you feel something and 7 days later go back and feel it and it feels different, or it's still at the same place, or it's too hard, it's harder than what you think it should be, just go get checked out.
Okay, let me ask you another question. What does the underarm,
like the armpit,
what does that have to do with the breast? Can you?
So, under the arm are lymph nodes, which are, we have lymph nodes all throughout our body. And so when we get sick, those lymph nodes in wherever area you're at, they're gonna enlarge. So they're gonna be swollen because they're trying to fight something off. And that can be in your jaw, in your neck, your collarbone. In this case for breast, it's gonna be under your arm. So if you feel a swollen lymph node, you could be fighting off a cold or, anything, but certain lymph nodes in different parts of your body it's because it's fighting off a disease. Now you don't know what disease it is, but
again, we got to check. Okay. So, all right. So what we want to do at this point is, and if you don't mind, that we would ask our producer to go to your Facebook page and show some of your beautiful.
Thank you.
I don't want so this is what I want people to do. Get your tissues now, because the is beautiful.
She is beautiful. She's awesome.
Beautiful.
And then one thing I like about it is she's not too afraid to show her experience.
Yes.
If it helps one person,
it
helps one person.
Oh, look at that! I know.
Thank you.
Woman, how do you do it?
Amber. Yes. Now,
I don't understand.
Oh. Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
So Amber, what gave you the courage to actually do that? I know you're a breast cancer advocate, but what gave you the courage to do that?
So when I first got diagnosed, I immediately went straight to checking. They said I needed to get a mastectomy. So I typed in women with mastectomies. That was my first Google search. Breast cancer, women with mastectomies. And of course, I saw a lot of white women. I'm not gonna, sugarcoat it. I saw a lot of white women with mastectomies, surgery, the surgeries, they get reconstruction, which is a plastic surgery after. So then I said, okay, I'm being too vague. Let me type in Black women with mastectomies. Yes. Same thing. It was maybe one Black woman on the whole under images. And I said, no, I have to step outside myself, because sometimes I can be nervous, but sometimes I can, express myself. And
I think you're expressing yourself very well. I don't see no nervousness. And I want to thank you and thank God that he gives you the courage to step out there, because you are helping others to, for me, for sure, to go and have myself checked. And I don't know if there's a certain age limit that we stop or we continue to do this.
May I tell you a story? Just a quick story. Okay, so I won't use names. My oncologist, she just told me at my last appointment that her mother was diagnosed. Not diagnosed. Her mother has breast cancer. Oh, wow. And so her mother is 89 years old.
Shut up.
89 years old. She's a woman of color. She's Black. And she's been going to the doctor maybe every 2 years or every other year. And so when she goes to the doctor, they check her heartbeat in the front and in the back, make sure she's breathing well, and they send her on her way. Oh, wow. And so she is very self-sufficient. She cooks her own food. She drives. She still drives. She's able to move around on her own. She lives on her own and everything. And so my doctor, she told me that her mom called her in the bathroom and asked her if her breast looked different, like was one bigger than the other. Mm-hmm. She unbuttoned 2 buttons, and she told me that she could see the cancer in her breast.
Wow.
And all the doctor had to do was, if they were to check, do a better job at checking, they would have been able to see that she clearly something is wrong. Wow. And so she knows that she has breast cancer. My doctor, she knows that her mother has breast cancer. She just doesn't know what stage. Mm-hmm. And so just the fact that she's 89 years old and she's not going to go into the doctor and say, I'm having pain in my chest, or can you check my chest? That's the doctor's. That's one of my favorite.
Amber, that is so beautiful.
That is beautiful.
Thank you. Our audience are saying thank you for your courage. God continue to bless you.
Thank you.
And I'm saying, give me some tissues. I love it. I love the fact that you have the courage and the strength.
Those are beautiful.
To say, hey, this is my body. This is how I am. Let me ask you a crazy question, but it might not be crazy. But how did your husband react to this?
Oh, yeah. I wanted to talk about her husband.
I know. And I wish that he was here, but he's at work. Okay. But he didn't see me differently physically. There were no, intimacy was more of a problem for me than it's
for
ever
him.
been for him, because I'm like, oh, he's not gonna love me anymore, or he's gonna see me differently, and is it gonna be weird? And it was all in my head because he's never made me feel like any different than he always treats me.
He loved you. He not loved. He loved you. He loved.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
he definitely does.
And that was one of my biggest. I couldn't wait to get to that question because you can have those who are not strong enough or who's not mentally prepared for his wife or his girl to go through that type of situation. Absolutely. And then you are there to say to other women,
oh my God, beautiful.
Okay, so yeah, he loves you. He loves you, and that is beautiful. That's teamwork. That's teamwork. I'm loving it. I am just like truly. I'm taken. This is more than we have been on our own.
Black women, that's true. That's correct, Tan. Tan says we have to be our own advocates for our health as Black women. And that is so true, Tan.
Yeah.
We do have to take it in our own hands sometimes. And sometimes as women, we know our bodies.
Yes.
We know our bodies. And you'll go to the doctor and they might not be as sterile as you want them to be, right. But you have to advocate for yourself.
Absolutely.
No, I want you to check this. I know. Yes.
I even women,
doctor, but I want you to do this.
Even when, because you asked if there's an age limit, there isn't an age limit, number one.
Right.
But number two, if you have someone who's like a grandmother, great grandmother, that, okay, good job, baby. Sorry, that's my son. If you have, that needs you to go with them to make sure that the doctor is doing their job, then go with them. Right. Because they're going to be, I'm fine, baby, I'm good. No, I'm going to go with you. So, I'm just going to be a little fly on the wall, and you make sure that they do everything that they're supposed to do. And if a doctor is not to your liking, or you get, a diagnosis and you don't trust the doctor, or you think that they're wrong, you are more than free to go see someone else to make sure, everything is everything.
So, Amber, I have a pretty personal question.
Yes, ma'am.
I know you have a beautiful teenage daughter.
I do.
What are those conversations like with her? Was she afraid or?
Regina says she's one of our listeners. She says she's the doctor's in the doctor's office, so she asks all the questions.
Right. Yeah. Right. Good job, Regina.
Yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Amber.
Thank you. Oh no, it's fine. Oh, I was reading the comments too. So she was 9 or 10 when I got diagnosed. So she was the oldest, and she was the most afraid because she knew that I was going to the hospital. She didn't know how long, but it was just for I think 1 day, 2 days max that I was in the hospital. So she's very conscious about checking even now, and she's only about to be 15, and so she's very conscious of her body and knowing how to check for everything. And it's not a bad, she sees it as my mom is strong and she survived and she's healthy, and that's what's most important to her. And she's like, when I go to the doctor, she's the first person to text me or ask me when I pick her up from school, how did everything go? How you doing? What's going on? Did it come? Did the results come back? What's going on?
Yeah.
That's my favorite picture, Amber.
Oh yeah. We did that during the pandemic too. That was the gym was closed down and they opened it for us to be able to take those pictures. Hey sis.
Wow. So let me ask you, I know the mental capacity on the whole family, because I know you have boys as well. Mm-hmm. How does your boys react to their mom?
So I'm praying that when they do meet women that they know that they got two boobs, because they see mine all the time. They see my one boob all the time. I'm always got it out to feed my 2-year-old. So it's normal to them, but at the same, they know. I was just making a joke, but they know. Right. But they're very aware that I have breast cancer, and they know what it is.
Yes.
They know the importance. They know that men can get it too.
Right.
And that it's important in this house, like the different facts, and we talk about it all the time. So they know.
I'm gonna get a body like this. You just tell me how to do it. How old were you? How old were you when you were diagnosed?
I was 30 years old.
30, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 30. And girl, listen, look at the picture that we have up right now. How old are you on there?
I was 32.
32.
How old are you now,
yes,
Amber?
That was 2018. 36.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow. They are so beautiful. What made you do the bodybuilding?
So I started doing the bodybuilding shows back when I just had two babies. And my second at the time was 9 months old when I did my first bodybuilding competition, figure competition. And so after that first one, I didn't look the leanest, or I didn't lose all the weight that I was supposed to. But at the time, I lost 50 pounds. And so I was walking on that stage. Okay. So after that, I was like, okay, I think this is something that I'd like to do. And so I started to do it until I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And then I took a break. No, actually it was after I had my third child. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a break. And then I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So after after I was cancer free, I decided to do another one to commemorate my journey thus far.
Your sister,
yes, I see her.
She said, "You fine." Wow. Regina said, "You are, whoa, you are fine."
Yes.
Thank you. Look, I don't have that body right now, but I'm working on it.
Is your husband your coach?
Yes. Oh, yes. He is my personal trainer. My personal everything. But yes, he helps keep my body in line.
Oh wow, that's beautiful. That was your renewal for what year? For how many years? 10 years. That was the wedding. Yeah, your vow renewal.
2019.
That was a beautiful ceremony. Beautiful
Thank you.
ceremony.
Oh, that is so awesome. Nice. Regina says nice. That is
thank you.
Girl, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Girl, look at both of you. I mean, it's like he's in love. He's in love. He's in love.
A lot of times I go on your page, and of course I look at you, but I love the interaction that he has with those boys, with the girls too. But I love the interaction he has with the boys. Every game, every match, he's there. He's there.
Wow.
He's raising some kings.
Yeah. Okay, so what we have to do, babe, is go on a quick break. Y'all don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We have to pay a couple of bills. Okay.
Be right back.
Be right back.
If you're looking for custom handcrafted fashion jewelry that makes a statement, look no further than Linda S. Jewelry, 1426. We specialize in quality pieces fit for any occasion. Follow us on Facebook at Linda S. Jewelry 1426 to view our inventory or to make a purchase. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
Wow. Thanks for coming back. Ladies and gentlemen, if you missed the first half before commercial break, we have the beautiful, the athletic, the breast cancer survivor, the mother, the auntie, the sister, the most beautiful person I've seen. Look,
oh my God, Amber.
Amber, listen, I'm sitting here talking to Sharilyn going, your husband is in love, she's in love, the family's in love, and everybody's there to support each other. That's what makes everything so beautiful.
Every time I see these pictures, Amber, and I've seen them 100 times, I think it's still breathtaking to me.
Yes.
Those are the most beautiful pictures.
I just want to start off just saying, again, thanks for sharing all this information. And we don't claim, as you claim as well, that we're not doctors. We're going through the experience that we have gone through. And you, girl, I need to fly to California. When am I take her? I need to give you something other than a big hug because this is so amazing.
It's so amazing.
So amazing.
A big hug was
I'm loving it.
I want to bring attention to our listeners that Amber says her page is public, and every day for the month of October, she posts a breast cancer fact. And that's how I learned a lot about breast cancer. And when she posts, when it's not a breast cancer awareness, in every post she says, don't forget to check your boobies.
Yes.
Don't forget to check your boobies. But go on her page and read some of those facts and read some of those things that she shared, and the beautiful pictures that she, and the beautiful family too.
Family.
Beautiful.
Because it takes family to mentally help us get through this. Because I wanted to ask you, about the mental health of it. You yourself going into a depression. It's our body, and we're supposed to have one too. But you showing us that one, girl, is not to be played with. You're amazing.
You are amazing.
You're amazing.
Thank you so much.
I know you had to go through something in the beginning. And what you stated was that you were thinking your husband was not going to love you the way that he did before. But this man has shown me, now I'm looking with my 4 eyes, 1, 2, 3, 4, how much he does care. And this is his wife. And he is there by your side. He ain't got the back. He said, I'm holding her hand by the side. Yeah. I'm right there when she needs a hug. I couldn't ask for a better person myself. I couldn't. I don't, girl, I'm so lost for words. And
those pictures are beautiful. Those pictures are absolutely
beautiful. Everything. So I know we just, you just checked the other one. And you just waiting on that certain time to say yay or nay. And how are you feeling?
So I try to keep the negative thoughts in the back, way in the back. And so I keep, living life the way it's supposed to be lived, and being a good person, and just praying daily that it's nothing. And but still, there's still moments where it's like, oh God,
you're human.
I just don't want to go through it again. So I'm fine, and I know that God got me. And I know that I will be fine, whatever happens. So that's just how.
Girl, that was the word right there. Or the sentence, the statement, whatever happens, I'll be fine. As long as God have you, hey, nobody else other than your husband.
Absolutely.
Matters.
You have the final say. Nothing else matters.
So we ask God for strength in whichever way that He's going to be taking you. So whatever you're going through, God has you, and it's amazing. Toya said, gorgeous. Everybody is hollering gorgeous, beautiful.
Jamie says, brave and courageous, a role model for the people.
Amen.
Amen. Love you.
Okay. Osby Bryan said, you may have covered the question, but do men check breast cancer?
Yeah, how do men check breast cancer?
The same way. So you run your fingers. I don't know if you can see me.
Yeah.
Run your fingers around the entire portion of your boob. This is my boob, my one boob. So around the whole portion of your boob. And both boobs. All around the collarbone. You want to feel for swollen lymph nodes. You want to look, if you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you want to check to see if you have any rashes, if you have anything that looks out of the ordinary, redness, swelling, discharge of your nipples, anything that you just never seen before, and now all of a sudden it's there. You want to keep your eye on it.
See, I never knew to check for the I never knew to check up in the collarbone and check up here for lymph nodes. So you learning something. It's very educational.
Let me ask you this, because I when you said that, I was trying to find out the different ways to get the different signs that you have it. And then it was one that said pulling end of the nipples.
Oh, inverted nipple.
That?
So basically, it's as if your nipple is going inside of your areola.
Okay.
So it just looks like it's going the wrong way. Instead of going out, it's going inside.
Okay.
Like a belly button, I guess.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
okay. That makes sense there. That makes sense. I was just like, now how are you pulling?
Instead of an Audi, it's an innie.
Is it? Okay. So that's good. Those were some of the signs that I was trying to find from you. How do we know what is a sign that said, oops, go have this check, you know?
So what do they mean by the thickening? I know
Thickening
the
of your skin.
Yeah. So does your skin around the areola get thick or the nipple gets thick?
Yes. So the skin around the areola would look thicker than normal. Like I guess now it would just be kind of smooth to the touch, but when it's thick, it feels kind of rough, a little more on the rough side.
Okay. It's not as smooth as
that makes sense.
Normally would be. Okay. So now let me ask this question. Did your husband, how would you, what? Wow, that's how mine is. Okay. So
go get a check,
get a check, Miss Regina. Did your husband feel a difference when you felt the lump? Did your husband feel that as well? I know I'm going into your room, but
no, it's fine, because when I feel something, I make him feel it too. So that's I need the agreement that I'm not I'm not just making anything up. So when I felt it, I had him feel it, and then we were like, okay, I'm gonna go get it checked. And then when the time went on and it got bigger, he could feel that it got bigger too. And so that's basically how this one in my other breast is going. That's the direction that it's going in. It's gotten bigger. And so yeah, I've been getting it like MRI'd and mammogram before, but since the last time it's gotten bigger. So that's why my oncologist wants to keep taking film of it and, just keep it
right.
Keep looking
so
at
we
it.
would be able to feel the same thing or examine our man the same way that we would examine ourselves. And then they would take, so how does a man know when to go take a mammogram, or should they just say, oh, okay, I need to go take a mammogram?
If they feel something.
Okay, so 9 times out of 10, men don't feel themselves. We feel ourselves all the time. It's either, oh, girl, you see these girls, So, but how outside of him just saying, I need to go. I'm not sure how you send him.
Probably reddening, irritation, leaking.
Yeah, all of the symptoms are still the same. So like if you were with your husband or your boyfriend and you felt something in his chest area, like, oh, that feels a little hard, or something that your chest don't look the same as it usually looks,
right?
Then they should definitely get.
I feel my man.
You better.
Good girl.
You should definitely go and get checked out.
Okay, men won't go to the doctor. That's so true,
Regina. Right, Regina. Yes, men won't go to the doctor.
So Amber,
that's true too.
Is the knot painful? Not all the time, right? Sometimes it's just a knot.
Usually, it's not pain. Cancer is usually not painful until it's like stage. You're in the late stages of it, like it's too late. So like in the beginning, it's not. You don't feel any type of pain really, unless it starts to grow, or you know what I mean. So that's why it's more important to go get it checked out, just to rule out, because most of the time, if you go and get it checked out, I can't even say most of the time, but there are times where you go get checked out and it's nothing. It's benign. It's just a swollen lymph node. There's nothing wrong with it. keep an eye on it and make sure it doesn't turn harder than what it's been. You just kind of keep an eye on it. But yeah, if you go to the doctor and they say it's nothing, but you have like maybe like a gut feeling like, no, I think that this is something, then go to a different doctor.
Right. Second opinion always helps.
Yeah, go get you another opinion. Now, if you keep going to doctors and they all saying it, you know, you're fine. Then
you're fine. Go ahead. Now go ahead. I need to see somebody else. Go ahead. Yeah.
You're probably fine. But yeah.
That's amazing. I'm still on the men because I want to know.
No, it's fine.
So at this point, every time you will see your man, you need to go ahead.
Right, just do a little pat
I'm
down.
laughing, but I'm like,
lay your head on his shoulder.
Right.
Okay. While you have your shoulder, just gently rub.
Yeah. I just want to check. I'm just trying to, you know, we need to check each other. So I do
Maybe I missed you today.
Right, and check on this. So we're checking not every day, but maybe like once a week or so.
Once a month.
Once a month. Okay.
All right. Say once a month.
Once a month.
It's once a month. I do it more often because I'm a little more cautious. But you were supposed to do it once a month. That is
once a month. Okay.
I remind everybody every day because some, you know, maybe that day that they choose that they want to do it. You can just mark it down on the calendar. You know, I'll do it every 6th of the month or 1st of the month, the 30th, or you know, whatever day.
As long as you do it once a month.
Regina says she's gonna give her man a check on the weekend.
Okay, you can do it every weekend. Okay, that's
right. So whatever works for you, to keep
whatever works.
That's it. Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Okay, but we have to take another break. Okay. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere. See you in 15 seconds.
Yeah, we gotta pay some bills.
Yes.
If you live in Houston and surrounding areas and are in need of quality childcare, contact Cuckoo's Treasures today. We provide professional childcare in a caring and nurturing environment. Do you work second or third shift or don't have a typical schedule? Cuckoo's Treasures can assist you. We're open 24 hours and some weekends. Give us a call today at 346-313-9064. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
Hey, welcome back. Thank you so much. Again, if you just joined us, we have the beautiful Amber. Oh, excuse me.
Hello, everybody.
Amber Rice. Yes, here with us, and we're talking about breast cancer. And before we went on a break, we were talking about the men in our lives. That's either the brothers, the daddies, the uncles, the nephews. All of them have to be checked.
Right.
We have to check each other. We have to love on each other. We got to stop all the craziness. And just say, hey, I need you to go have yourself checked. Men, and some women, and that'd be me. We need to go to the doctor more often. Just because you thump your toe and you are bodybuilder and you this man, I ain't going, it's going to be okay. Yeah. You got to go check it out, my brother. So
our men are so stubborn about going to the doctor.
So ladies, we're going to have to take our men by the hand. And it's okay. And take him into the doctor's office and go in there with him because he's going to say, oh, no, I'm fine. She just thought I could. No. I felt this on his left, and then I need you to check it because I don't need nothing going on. I need him to stay with me. We don't want to get to stage 4, guys. We want to catch it early, now. Early. So they always say early detection saves lives.
It really does.
Yeah.
Early detection saves
lives. We gotta do better by each other. You know, ladies, they do go. They 90%.
And we got to take our mothers and our grandmothers and our elderly, check on them, see about them.
And Linda Scott, because I'm getting old. That's why I asked that age limit. You know, so do I not go anymore? And then when you said your doctor's mother at 89. That said, okay, Linda, you need to go to the doctor tomorrow.
Yes.
So, wow, this has been such a educational piece for me because in researching, just so everybody knows, she says she's not a doctor, but she hit every point that I found when it came into
the 4 stages.
The stages and the 0 stages and the DCI. And I was like, I don't know what that is, but I had it on my sheet. when you said it, I was like, oh, that's what that is. So, and the different types of way to avoid or to reduce the chances of breast cancer. But I'm still stuck because I have a beautiful woman in front of me and who does the things that they say help,
right.
Not help you to get there. So like you said,
just being a woman,
just being a woman. That right there, we as women, everything, we have to do it all. We have to do it all, and we have to take care of ourselves to take care of our family.
And women, please do your own check.
Yes.
Please, in the shower, in the mornings when you're brushing your teeth, just take it doesn't take a lot of time.
Right.
A minute. Just take a minute and feel around on your breast when you're in the shower, when you're in the bathtub, when you go to bed at night and you're laying flat. The doctor told me that was the best time to do it, when you're laying flat. So when you get in the bed and you're laying flat, just feel on your breast.
Touch yourself. Yeah. We should all know how our body feels.
Definitely.
Yeah.
This is some new foreplay. Come on.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I like that part right there. Come on, but you got to get a man first. But come on.
Have your man to do it and ask him, do you feel something different? Is it something different? And then he's going to want to say, well, let me see.
Right.
Oh, well, let me see on this one. Well, let me see on this one.
Right.
But they can do it for you.
Yes. And enjoy. Yeah. And that the whole thing is knowing your body. Yes. I hear women say, I love the body that I'm in, but you're not taking care of it.
Not taking care of the body.
You're taking only the outside. You forgot to go in the inside. And the inside part of it is to feel all these different parts of your body. Right. Why is this one like this? Because, I ain't never had no breasts. I'm going to just tell y'all. I said that. Y'all heard it. But I haven't been that big girl. But however, I know the body parts. So I know when this is, wait a minute, something done happened. Sharilyn, can you feel this right here? If I tell her to touch anything, I just want her to touch my knee one time. I'm not touching your knee. I ain't none of your man. Well, I ain't got a man, so I need you to touch it.
Come on, let's go to the doctor. We're going to let the doctors and the nurses touch you because I'm not touching your knee.
Yeah. So we just have to know those things. And if we are friends to each other, we can tell that something is going on.
Yes. Notice the difference. Absolutely. If she's out and her bra is sagging on one side, or one breast is bigger than the other. Ask her, well, what's going on? Mm-hmm. Well, let's go and have a check. We got to take care of one another.
Right. The supporting team. The support. Each other. Yeah. Support. If we find that I love my sister, so I'm going to support her, and I want her to be here forever, even when I'm gone, still be here. So I need to know that why is just as we just stated, why is this part red? I see this on the top of your collarbone. It don't look right. So we have to know each other. That we're not here just to bypass each other.
And ladies, when the doctors ask you about your family history, they're not just asking to be asking.
Right.
They need to know. And if you have breast cancer in your family, then you really need to be diligent with checking and finding out what's going on. And if you don't have your family history, then ask your sisters and brothers. He says, I want to thank you for this information because I have 5 sisters and would want to be there for them. I love them so much. Thank you, Mr. Bryan. That is wonderful.
So sweet.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, so we have to do that.
Mr. Bryan's sisters, he's coming to your house tomorrow and check your breasts.
I don't think that's what he's going to do, but he's going to make sure we're okay.
Right.
Yeah. But please check your family history. My oldest sister had a breast cancer. So every time I go to the doctor, I tell them, when they do my mammogram or whatever, I tell them, my oldest sister had breast cancer. We got the same mom, we got the same daddy. So it's a possibility. The possibility is there. And but I'm like Linda, I have very, very small breasts. So the mammogram hurts. I don't know if it hurts women with larger breasts, but women with small breasts and they're trying to stick it through that machine, it hurts. It really, really hurts. But I do it anyway because I want to protect my health. I want to do it anyway. And I just cry like a big baby. And she says, what are you crying for? Because it hurt. But you still have to do it. You still have to go ahead and get that taken care of.
Wow. This has been so amazing. I am, I don't even know what to say. I am so honored. I welcome everything that you can feed to us about this crazy disease, and how we could better ourselves to bypass this, to live longer.
To live longer.
So
and
Amber,
go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay, I want to encourage everyone for the month of October to please go on Amber's page and get those every day. She posts a breast cancer fact. They're informative. Some of them are funny. Some of them she has a very good sense of humor. But go on and just look and read those facts. I promise you, they will help you. And I promise.
Wow.
They're very educational.
Wow. This has been a really awesome and good educational show. Yes. I love when we can help someone else. And you most definitely has helped me.
Regina said yes, it does hurt.
Yes. But
hey, she says thank you, Amber.
Yes.
Oh, welcome, Regina, for tuning in.
And Jamie Regina Penny said, and she's cute too.
Like my sister.
Yes, she is, Jamie. Your baby sister is very cute.
Very cute. Very cute. So, oh my God. Again, if you have any issues, any questions, anything that you want to do with this breast cancer awareness, don't think breast cancer is only in October. Know that you live every day, every second, every minute of the hour. And so breast cancer is, you are amazing. Oh, they said you are amazing. Regina said you're an amazing Black woman. Yes, amazing. So ladies and gentlemen, please take care of yourself. No, Amber, I hate to say we have to go, but we have to. We have to. We anytime you want to come back and talk about breast cancer, you're welcome. More.
And it doesn't have to be in October.
It doesn't.
Anytime you want to come back and talk about breast cancer, let us know how you're doing.
Right.
And we'll be praying for you. You know, I pray for you all the time. Keep you in my prayers. And let us know how you're doing and what's going on. And kiss all your children for me, but get that little baby a great big old kiss from her auntie Sharilyn.
Girl, beautiful.
I will.
Beautiful. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we say good night to Amber. We say good night to you. But what do we say mostly? Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. MIC, see you real soon. KEY. Why? Because we love you. Good night, everyone.
And yes, Regina, we'll see about a part 2.
Okay.
Yes. Good night. Thank you for having me.
Good night, Amber.
I think the